Peg City Soundoff. I'm going to say a little bit of a surprise episode, but maybe not a surprise episode. But we just announced it the other day. But this is the inaugural. I call it the Thomas takeover episode. Thomas Henry is taking over. He's gonna be doing some interviews, and you know what? I'm sure you saw it. It was a pretty popular post came out on social media the other day about Thomas Henry joining in, and we have some big plans, and we're not going to tell anyone the end result, but we have big plans. 2025 is going to be fantastic, and this is the first full year of this podcast. But 2026, we may knock some socks off. We may knock some Bobby socks if you've seen Penny Sleeve before. Tonight's guest, Penny Sleeve. But before we get to that, this month of May, we have a sponsor here, Studio 23. You can see on the green screen behind me. I hate my green screen, but we got Studio 23 sponsoring the month of May. 2 more shows coming up in May, maybe 3, I'm not sure. 2 more for sure. Next Tuesday, 90s night, which is going to be wild. And then on the 29th, I'm going to say, I have women's night. It's going to be 3 hours of women of Manitoba music talking about some really cool stuff. And, you know,
yeah, I
played with Sunbreather last night. Anna's one of my favorite vocalists, and she absolutely killed it last night. She will be on hour 2. But yeah, some great things coming up. So, without further ado, Thomas Henry will be taking over. I am going to go spend a little bit of family time, as I probably should. So I'm going to leave it to you, Thomas. Penny Sleeve, great having you guys on. Take it away, Thomas.
All right, thank you very much, Joel, and thank you, Studio 23, for sponsoring as well. Maybe I'll start there. You guys were at Studio 23 recently, were you not?
Yeah, we were. Yeah, we just spent was it last Friday and Saturday, working out some songs over there with Jody, and yeah, it was a lot of fun, man. Being out of the city and being in a kind of like a raw environment of just in the bushes in an actual jungle instead of a concrete jungle, if you will. You know. Yeah, it was really. It was really
always
good.
hear good things.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, it was awesome.
That's awesome. That's awesome. And you were just working with Jody up there, or anyone else, or? I know. I think Kaylin's working out there now, right?
Yeah. So we just got Jody in there. I've known Jody. He used to work at the Pyramid, or in one way or another with security or anything like that. And so my old band used to play at the Pyramid all the time. And so him and I would always just hit it off every single time. It was, oh, what's going on? And so when I found out that he was running a studio just outside of the city, I was like, okay, we got to check this out, you know?
Yeah. That's awesome. Well, very happy to have you on Peg City Soundoff here. And the reason we're having you on is that we're plugging the June 7th show at the Handsome Daughter that you're playing with a few bands, actually. There's Lake Disappointment, I believe, Screaming at Traffic, who I just saw a little while ago. And then Excuses coming back into town. Very excited for that one.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I've played with Excuses many times, and you know, if you're looking for a high energy show, and this is, I used to, it was always like they would give me the like highest bar to try and hit with their energy. Like they are, bar none, one of the best rock shows in definitely the GTA area. I'm gonna. I'll leave it up to the rest of Canada to decide where else, but definitely a show to see. Never heard or never seen Lake Disappointment, but
yeah, me neither.
Listen to some of their songs, and they're going to be a good time, I'm sure. And then Screaming at Traffic, you know, they have a few really good songs as well, and I can't wait to hear what it sounds like translated to the stage. So
yeah.
Yeah, they're really good live streaming at Traffic. They always bring a good energy, good following, definitely. So when would have been the last time you played with Excuses? I think that you were supposed to at some point in, I think like March of 2023, and there was a snowstorm or something happened. You were supposed to play.
Yeah, right. I kind of forgot about that a little bit. Yeah, so we played a show in Regina with them the day before, and it was already
okay. I didn't know that.
That show was a lot of fun. You know, like I said, there's some boys of mine, and there's no doubt about it, rock and roll. But yeah, the next day it was okay. We're gonna wait this out a little bit, see by noon
Yeah.
or 1 o'clock if we're even going to be able to try and make it. And it was just not possible. Somehow they made it. I could not believe it. I was like,
Yeah, when did they leave?
I don't know, but they had the grace of God on their side.
Yeah. Yeah, it was too bad you guys didn't make it. It was a really good show, though. I think either Exo Merida or the Northern Royals filled in for you because one of them was going to be playing and then the other one filled in is what happened. But good
Right,
show either
right.
way.
I can't recall which one, but both of those bands are the nines to me.
Top notch, absolutely, yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
So
absolutely.
Penny Sleeves are relatively. You were talking about how you've been in bands or you've been in a previous band, especially for a long time. But Penny Sleeves are a relatively new project, or I think it just started this year, or was it last year?
Yeah, just this year, yeah.
Yeah, we
This
just
year? Okay.
started it earlier this year. You know, when the old band broke up, Dead Levy broke up. It was like the week that I got the news. I was like, you know what? I'm going back home. I'm going back home. I'm gonna see if I'm gonna play till I die, and I'm gonna find some people that are feeling the same way. And it just so happens that we played in high school bands together and everything like that. So he was always my go-to drummer always. And so when I had a few acoustic-ish shows kind of going on last summer, going to Bankside and playing the Carmen Fair and whatnot, I was like, hey, Cyrus, why don't we see if this might work or something,
Yeah.
And through doing that, we got our buddy Evan, who can be here this evening, but he's running bass, and he was playing in high school bands in the same high school, and we played in the same music classes and all that kind of good stuff. So we got him on, and he's got a great voice, and everything just started to really work out. The jams were, they would have so much juice in them, all these jam songs, whereas let's just go off the fly and see how it goes. And it was impressive every single time. So we're like, okay, you know what? We'll take this as the sign to get this group going.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, we played our first show. When was our first show?
It was like March.
Yeah, it was in the spring. It was early spring
yeah.
sometime there at the Osborne, and great pan out, great audience. You were there.
I think you played with. Didn't you play with Kingsway before that or no?
Yes, so that was my solo stuff where I would have.
Gotcha. Okay, I didn't know.
Like, just me and my acoustic guitar. Maybe throw a little bit of
so your debut
on it, and it was kind of like, hey, you want to run the snare drum while I play some bluegrass?
Okay. But the debut show was the Sunbreather and the Leadwind show at the Tap House.
Yeah. And so the last 3 shows that we've played have been great turnouts and great. Everybody's been buying merch or asking when the first song is coming out, and so. We were like, okay, we need to get some wheels spinning on this one. So we went into Studio 23, sponsor shout out, and we went in there and spent 2 days just crushing tracks, crushing beers, having a great time. It was a good time. Yeah.
That's great.
We were just doing a little bit of tweaking on some stuff, and very, 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 very excited for everybody to hear what we got cooking.
That's awesome. Well, my next question was going to be, what is it like transitioning from being in Dead Levy for so long and kind of having a whole new project now? But I can kind of feel the passion already when you're talking about it. So you kind of get.
Yeah. So Dead Levy was cool in the sense of it was my first real introduction into a touring rock band, and I was not even a part of Dead Levy when I started with Dead Levy. I would tour around the prairies and open up for them so they didn't have to do 3 45-minute sets. They only had to do 2, right?
Oh, yeah.
And so I just bring my acoustic guitar and shoot the shit on all these stages, and I was like, I love this. I don't want to stop doing this. And through time, it ended up where they needed a bass player, and I was like, boys, I'm here. I know all the songs. I can sing. Let's see how this goes. So they asked me to play. 1.5 2 years goes down the road, and another little blip on the roster, and they asked me to start lead singing. And so, in the sense of that, that was me joining a project. Right. Okay. Where I was like, this is cool. I'm young. I'm still young, but I'm young in the mindset
Yeah, but you're starting out. Yeah.
of music, if you will. And so really took all of that in, learned how to book, learned how to, do poster, all that kind of stuff, and really honed in on writing songs. And I don't regret any second of Dead Levy, of course, because it taught me so much. We got to go work with some incredible people. But
Yeah.
with that being said, now Penny Sleeve is something that I'm starting from the ground up with, obviously, the help of Cyrus and Evan. But it's not me joining a project as much as like, okay, this is what I really wanted. And you could tell even from how Penny Sleeve sounds to how Dead Levy sounded when I started going lead vocals, that I'm more of a hard rock guy as opposed to that, more softer rock, if you will. And this kind of more encapsulates that. And again, I'm working with people that have been my friends since elementary school. So there's this weird little fire and this rekindling and this new ambitious passion from everybody, because I've now got all this on my resume of being like, okay, I know who to contact for this, I know who to do that, blah 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 blah, all the behind the scenes stuff. But I'm excited. Like, there's a couple pictures of our first show where I'm watching them set up, and it's just like, oh, I'm so excited for all of this.
That's one thing I noticed. Like, one thing for a debut show, like, you guys have stage chemistry already, so I guess that makes sense. So if you've been playing together that long, or you know each other that long, so that makes sense.
Oh yeah, like I would say, well, my grade 6 graduation was the first show that we ever played together.
Yeah.
And
wow, that's awesome.
And he was drumming and singing vocals.
Yeah, I was like,
he had his Tommy Lee headpiece thing going.
I just saw you in the gym, and we're like, hey, we could use another guitar player. So
yeah. So I joined. That project, and but no, it from grade 6 on, since I was 12 years old, me and this guy have been jamming out in my dad's basement, or the Legion, or you name it, the high school.
That's awesome.
Auditorium, you name it. Yeah.
That's the best way to do it with your friends. So that's awesome.
That's right.
So what about the name Penny Sleeve? Where did the name come from for the band?
Yeah, like, well, I'm just like a big Pokemon card collector, so I just had I had just like a box of them sitting out, and we're just like, we were thinking for like weeks. We're trying to think of something original and catchy and rolls off the tongue, and like we had a couple things, but we were kind of bouncing back and forth, couldn't decide on it. And then all of a sudden Taylor, like, we walked in this room, and he just looks over in the corner and he sees the box. He's like, what about Penny Sleeve? And I was like, you know what? That really works. Like, I can hear it. And then it just grew on us really quickly and ran with it.
That's awesome. No, that's awesome for sure.
Yeah. I mean, he's got these like just boxes of Penny Sleeves around, and I'm like, it's right in front of our faces. This whole
it just kind of fits. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah.
So the June 7th show coming up.
Yeah, a couple comments here. What do we got on the comments?
We always got great Ruth for sure.
Mwah. We got sick.
He's one of the most solid dudes I've met.
Yeah, Joel in there as well. Thanks for watching, Joel.
That guy can shred, man. And he's just
Ronnie's
the
amazing.
Sweetest. That's so
really excited. Really excited. He's going to be playing at Summerfest July 12th, so really excited for that. He's going to be opening things up at 4 p.m. at the Tap House.
Sweet.
That's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
You guys, so you have, before I forget, so you have another show coming up too. I saw you guys are a part of one of the Battle of the Bands coming up in June. I think June 26th.
Yeah, so we sent in our application to do the Battle of the Bands at Dauphin Country Fest. Brought to you by Red Tide Productions, and I've worked with Red Tide lots, and I've worked with Clint lots, as many Manitoba artists have.
Yeah, they do lots of great work for sure.
He's another guy who's just an absolute beauty and an honest staple to the music scene. And so yeah, sent it in. Was just like, if we make it, we make it. We don't make it, we don't make it. But at this point, it's like, we got some good songs, and that night, especially at Country Fest, is more of like a rock based evening. So it worked out. Like I think that I think that everybody there is gonna really dig our songs, and hopefully we come home with a big old W.
Yeah, that would be awesome. I saw Ash and the Arsonists playing there too, a couple other bands, so it's going to be a good, should be a good showing either way, definitely.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
Oh yeah.
So you've mentioned your songs a couple of times here. We've gone over. I usually, when I'm interviewing or just going over things with people, I've only done one other interview actually, so I guess I shouldn't say usually when I'm interviewing people, but I usually like to listen to their music the night before or kind of get the vibe from the music. And your band's a bit of a mystery right now, where you can't find, other than a few clips here and there, or if you go to the shows, obviously. So are we expecting soon, or do we have, I mean, you can't give me an exact date maybe, but when are we expecting a release or some singles? Or
yeah, so we have some plans going into later summer, kind of fall. So we definitely plan, well, and we've been working our hindquarters off trying to get the right mixing engineer and editor and all this kind of stuff on these tracks that we just finished on Saturday. If so we're eager to drop these songs. We know that if somebody comes to a Penny Sleeve show, that there's no chance of them really knowing any of the songs, and that's some songs they pick up on halfway through it, and beauty, love that. But I want something for them to all listen to. So definitely soon. I would say at least a handful and a half of weeks, I'd say.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's kind of the ultimate test, though. You're winning them over before they've actually heard anything recorded, or you're kind of winning them over in the moment on stage. So that's nothing wrong with that too, definitely.
Yeah, like this part of being in a band, I'm totally green to. So I'm kind of a little kid giddy about it too. I'm just like, hey, we got to make sure that everything's right, and But at the same time, it's not about everything being right. It's just about putting the music out there, right? Like it'll only get better from the first one on. So
yeah, definitely. Well, I'm looking forward to whether it's Ain't Your Fault or whatever it ends up being. I'm looking forward to hearing them when they come out, definitely.
Yeah. You like that one or what?
Yeah, man, it's awesome. I was listening to the clip of it. I heard it live. It's very good, absolutely. Yes, and you kind of, so you got your original songs, but like you said, people don't really know them that much yet, or you have to go to the shows to them. You do play at least one cover if you don't play any others as well. I know you played the Our Lady Peace cover there, Superman's Dead, I believe.
Yeah. So
you guys killed that, by the way. That was awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, thank you. Yeah. That's one of the ones that we're like, hey, Our Lady Peace was just in Winnipeg. Like everybody knows how this song goes. It's on the radio more.
That song's on the radio all the time, and
constantly.
Yeah. But no, like we because we are relatively new and we're still writing songs to try to fill the full set list. Generally speaking, the first half of our set list is going to be just our renditions of different cover songs, whether that be Willie Nelson, or it be the Sonics, or it be Green Day, or Our Lady Peace. You name it, we do our own rendition on it. Don't expect it to sound like a tribute band or anything like that. We play it how we would want to play it.
Yeah.
With all due respect to all those artists, of course. But
it's gotta be fast and hard though.
Yeah, it's gotta have a good little fucking.
I could see maybe that what song, Deny by Default. I could see you guys covering that really well. That'd be great.
That's a hard song. Default, and you know what? We just found out that the Thursday at Country Fest that we're playing, Default just got named as the headliner.
Oh, really?
Yeah. That's gonna be a sweet. Like when I played Rock in the Fields a couple years ago, and Default was playing, it was just like. I used to listen to these guys on my, little CD player radio alarm clock that we all had the orange light on it. I would listen to 97.5 when it was still a gnarly rock station, and they would have those songs on there all the time. And so to see bands like that and being a part of stuff like that it's full circle moments. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, absolutely. That was an amazing show. Was that 2023 at Rock in the Fields? Because I went and saw them in 2023 there when I think the Glorious Sons were playing the same weekend.
Yeah. That would have been the same weekend. Yeah, we did.
Okay, that was a killer show, man.
We did 2 sets on the Heritage stage on the Sunday. So we had Lou Graham telling us to shut the hell up and stop our set.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Sitting there with a stopwatch.
I look over to the stage manager. He's like, not a chance, man. You could hear what I'm hearing right now.
Yeah. But I see Eric Isfeld giving you guys a shout out there too. Eric Isfeld from Pure Entry.
The boy.
Yeah.
The boy. Yeah, no, he's a beauty.
Yeah.
That's one thing that I love about Winnipeg. Going from Regina to Winnipeg is the music scene is so strong, and there's like such a strong young musicianship coming up, and Eric is one of them. We mentioned Kingsway earlier, and
they just dropped a new album, outstanding, really good album.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. All those guys are really talented, and it's. I went and hung out with Trent the other evening, and we were just jamming out a couple songs, and I was like, how old are you? And I was like, oh shit, this is so weird, man. Hanging out with somebody born after 2000 always just sounds and feels weird,
Yeah. Oh, that's awesome. No, that must have been quite a difference going from Saskatchewan or Regina, I guess, to Winnipeg. We just have a huge music scene here. We're very supportive as well. And
it is great. Beautiful. And like to be able to call Winnipeg my home city and then come back as a musician and seeing how open-armed and wholehearted the Winnipeg music scene is. And it's not just like the Winnipeg punk scene, the Winnipeg pop scene. All of them thrive, and all of them are like supported like crazy by the city.
And all of them also are at each other's shows. I noticed, like you'll see so many different people from bands. Sorry, I should say, a Northern Royals show or a Leadwind show or anything like that. So,
yeah, exactly, and it's because because Winnipeg, it's not like it's a massive city or anything like that. It's a decent sized pond, but all the fish know each other. You know what I mean? We've all bumped into each other a handful of times.
Yeah.
So that's one thing I like about the Winnipeg music scene. Great community.
Yeah, couldn't agree more. Definitely. So we only went over it for a second, but merch. You guys have some unique merch. Definitely, like the shirt I don't know if you can see the shirt I'm wearing.
Yeah.
So when I first went to that debut show, I saw this shirt, someone wearing it, didn't even know it was a band shirt or a penny sleeve shirt. Just no, that's a nice shirt. Damn. Go up to buy a shirt, and that's the one I ended up with. But very unique. Where did you come up with the inspiration for the cartoon?
Honestly, so like we just gather ideas. Like, I mean, this day and age, you got to use a little bit of AI for inspiration, and so it was a little bit of that. But we kind of knew we wanted something that was just like a little unorthodox. Maybe you didn't like you said, you didn't even know it was a penny sleeve shirt, really.
But it does pop out to you immediately. Like as soon as you walk into a small venue like the Tap House or something, you see that shirt.
Yeah, but like I guess the inspiration for that one was kind of like the Animaniacs, like the Warner Brothers cartoons earlier, like in the 2000s and 90s and stuff like that.
I like I was thinking like that. Like I was thinking when I was looking at that, like when we were designing it, the Dookie album cover with the crowd at the bottom, like, and then like that idea.
Yeah. So there's a few influences that we put into it, and I mean, I'm still kind of fresh into the Winnipeg music scene, and if there's anybody who does, designs like that or that can take ideas like. Put your number on a paper airplane and throw it my way.
So So basically, we got Pokemon and we got Animaniacs. So I wonder what the album cover is going to look like when it comes out.
Just
Gonna
a
have
mixed
dogs all
breed.
over it and stuff.
Just a mixed breed.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
That's
I know.
awesome. So for the other, go ahead, sorry.
No. I was just looking for fillers there. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say for the June 7th show at the Handsome Daughter there. So have you played with either of the other two bands before? You said you hadn't played with Lake Disappointment. Have you played with Screaming at Traffic or no?
No, I don't think I've ever played with Screaming at Traffic. But like I said, like I've listened to their music, especially since this show got announced and we got asked to go on, and impressed every single time. Yeah.
So good.
They got a song. Was it General Ken O.B.?
Yeah,
and
absolutely.
That one, yeah,
freaking
we were
awesome.
like sick, and
It's
then
so sick.
And then Late Disappointment. I love their like
everything.
They've got like more of like an indie punk thing going.
It's like right on my house.
Yeah,
like,
it's great. It's great. Yeah, they got a song. I think it's called Rot or something like that. And yeah, that one I was like, oh, I'm gonna listen to this one more definitely.
Awesome. It's a great lineup. Really great lineup. It's a bit of a diverse lineup too, but still kind of blends together well, I would say. So
yeah,
really good line. Screaming at Traffic.
I've never ever played at the Handsome Daughter or anything like that. I've went to a couple shows there, and
really, I didn't know that. Wow,
the comedy nights and all that kind of stuff, and just get absolutely roasted by the stand-up comics. This guy looks like he could name at least 5 Aerosmith albums off the top of his head.
And then put the songs in order.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and draw the album cover with my left hand.
Yeah, exactly. So I didn't know you hadn't played the Handsome Daughter. Yeah, I know. I guess you were scheduled for it, but the snowstorm there.
Yeah, I've never played there, but like the stage looks awesome. And what they do like a live band karaoke every once in a while and stuff like that too.
Yes. Yeah, they do a lot of different things.
The girlfriend's friends are like, let's go to emo nights, and I'm like, all right, I'll go to emo nights, listen to some My Chemical Romance for the evening, sure.
Yeah, it does. Well, there's a lot of people that go to those, so yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And their little restaurant that they got in the front too. They got like don't they usually do like gourmet hot dogs and shit like that?
They are now, yeah. They used to have a chicken place there, and that closed down, and now they got the Hoagie Boys, I believe, is what it is. Always there. That's Aaron Mann, I think, just commented. Shout out to Eric Mann. How you doing?
Hey, man, what's up, man? Yeah. So I'm so excited, man. I'm so excited for this show, and like I said, like excuses. I've had so many memories with these guys, and they
deliver every time.
To have them ask us was so nice, and they really hold it down, honestly, as a young up and coming band. Like I'm always so flabbergasted and impressed by how great their live show is, especially
with being a 3-piece unit. Anytime you get that much sound and that much energy out of a 3-piece band or 3 people in a band, it's impressive, definitely. And it's every time they always deliver.
Very, very much so. Yeah. Yeah, absolutely.
And I think that's at, is it the doors open at 8 p.m. or does music start at 8 p.m.? Do you know?
With 4 bands, I would say be there for 8 p.m. if you wanted.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I figured. Yeah.
I'm not entirely sure. I would say doors at 7. I think that's kind of what
that sounds right. Yeah.
But it sounds right to me. Yeah.
Well, it's a great lineup. I hope you have a good showing. I know I'll definitely be there too. I don't miss an excuses show too often, so I'll for sure be there. I was going to ask one more question before we sign off here. So, what would you say is a band, like a concert that you've gone to that was either your favorite concert or was like a bucket list concert that you went to? Or if you can't think of one, what would be one if not? And for both of you there.
Evan, I would say Northern Royals 2021.
There we go. No, wait, it's Northern Royals 2023. No. Come on.
I don't know.
Like for myself, it would be Guns N' Roses. I think when they played the stadium here, that's one of the best shows I think I've ever been to, and they really delivered on that one.
That's I gotta go start seeing these bands, Evan. I gotta go start seeing these bands before they all start, getting too old to play or croaking. You know what I mean?
Yeah, Evan just saw Bush. I was thinking the same thing when we got to see Bush recently in Winnipeg. They were just here. That was a good one.
Yeah, watching their old footage in the 90s and stuff like that is like super impressive.
Mine's like easily Green Day 2009 when they last came. That was favorite
Oh
band.
wow,
So
nice.
Blew me out of the water when I went to that. And then
nice.
But then it's really closely followed by Tragically Hip. Like I wasn't even really a fan, but then going to that last concert on his
I was there too.
Like wow, like just amazing.
Yeah, that arena was amazing for that.
Oh, it was wild.
Yeah, I listened to that one on the radio in the middle. Like I went like an hour and a half out of Regina in the middle of nowhere. I could hear the cows mooing, I could hear the coyotes howling, and I could hear Gord Downey singing his heart out. And I was just laying on my car hood, just listening to it. Windows down, it was beautiful. But most inspirational show that I've ever seen live was probably my first show. I went with my aunt and uncle to Billy Talent 1.
Oh, wow.
And it was like so eye-opening. I was like, this is nuts. He's flailing around and having whipping water all over everybody. And I'm just way up in the mezzanine, you know what I mean? But still from that far away, it had such an impact on me. Another one that shook my mind when I saw live, I got to open for Prism, and Al Harlow is early 70s, and this guy is making me look like I'm in my mid 70s. I go up to him after the show because I'm just wow. I mean, I may have microdosed a little bit of mushrooms before, but it still blew my mind. And we played just before actually it was Toronto that played before them, and then we played before them. So they got to see our show and we got to see their show, and it was great.
Wow.
Go up to Al afterwards. I'm like, man, what's your secret? He's like, pray to a god and take your vitamins. I was like, man, I think
basically with Hulk Hogan's
vitamins. I've been taking these mushroom capsules. Are these gonna do? But no,
that's awesome. That must have been amazing. Though I've seen Prism before. They're outstanding. Absolutely.
Like I could not imagine what they would have been like in their actual prime. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's like lots of bands like that. Well, like there's people that like I said I want to see before I can't ever see them again. And like Iggy Pop is one of them, that where it's like
wow,
he breaks down that age barrier. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like the Stones, I would have loved to see the Stones fully.
Oh yeah,
but,
that would be. That would be.
But that's a
bucket list.
That's for me to close my eyes and dream about at night now.
Yeah, it's that one sailed, unfortunately.
Yeah. So everybody, make sure that you get your heinies over to Handsome Daughter.
June 7th.
June 7th.
June 7th, 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock. That's when we're on.
Yeah. So be there for that.
So make sure you have an early supper and get on down to Handsome Daughter.
Should be a great night. Well, thank you so much for being on, guys, and thanks for talking with me. I appreciate it.
Thanks for having us, man.
Yeah, thank you. Appreciate it.
No problem. Take care.
Peace. Oh, we're still here. We can still talk to people. Can everybody still hear us? Let's keep this going.
Fuck.
Bush is amazing. Green Day's on my bucket list. Yeah, it makes sense.
Love to hear it.
Yep. Yeah, me too. I have a new love for Green Day.
And I love that you do.
Yeah. Chump is my alarm clock.
Yo,
we are still live. Okay,
yes!
Good. Yes. This is the Sound Off with
us.
We are Penny Sleeve. If you have a mirror, put it towards your camera so you can see this in the right order. Penny Sleeve. Nice. Yeah, this is backwards to everybody, I think.
I read right to left every time.
Oh. Japanese linguistics. Japanese linguistics. Right? Don't they read right to left?
I don't
or
know.
up and down?
Up and down, maybe?
I don't know. I can't read it. You guys have any questions? Eric, you got any questions, buddy? I saw that you're on the road to RFM with Ledwin there. Good luck, pal. That's what, this weekend? I think it's this weekend. Yeah, it is.
Play us a song.
Play us a song?
Can you imagine?
That'd be just
fucking. Or you could just, what's the acoustic?
Ba 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 ba. Come take my hand, ba. You got me rocking and rolling, rocking and reeling, ba. There we go. Won't play you nothing. I'll sing you something. Will I give up forever to touch you? I know that you feel me somehow. When everything's made to be broken.
And
I need another beer right now.
I'm fucking out.
I don't know. They didn't kick us out, so we're still here, Evan.
Yeah, we're just chilling now.
Yeah, we should honestly just go to our own Insta Live at this point.
It's a sleep show now.
Yeah. I feel like it's been like, all right, guys, see you later. And they left their house and we stayed.
And we just stayed.
We're rifling through their pantry, eating all their Chef Boyardee.
Yeah.
Where's the beers at tonight? The beers are in the works.
Well,
yeah. Tell them something.
Yeah. Hi, there's something. Oh, got them Coors Bankies on the go. Fucking tasting fucking great on a two. What is it, Wednesday now? Holy fuck, I don't even know what day it is. Fucking long weekend fucked me up. Thank you,
We got beers. I got horns to hold my other horns. What is your favorite animated movie of all time?
Oh, fuck.
In the comments, write your favorite animated movie of all time as well.
Favorite animated movie? Oh, fuck. I don't know. That's tough.
One that, obviously Shrek 1 and 2.
There's so many that just keep popping in my head.
Bulletproof. But, one that kind of goes, under the radar. For me, Hoodwinked, Money.
Yeah. No, that's good shit.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Barnyard or whatever the hell.
Barnyard. That was a gnarly one, too.
When I heard that shit, Tom Petty, Don't Back Down, I was instant Tom Petty fan.
Back down.
Yeah. The fucking, I don't know. It's because you can bring the Simpsons movie into that category too.
Well, that's just because Green Day's in it.
Yeah. Oh fuck yeah.
What's another hidden gem? Wallace and Gromits were fine, but that's claymation. You can't even categorize that. It's a Penny Sleep takeover.
It has become one.
We have taken over. We are in your interwebs. This is Penny Sleeve. If you don't know, now you know.
Love it. Yeah. Well, we just took advantage.
Yeah, we're holding it down. Don't worry, buddy.
Yeah.
We got it down.
We're still here, so
we're going for 24 hours.
Oh, fuck.
All right. Let's get you a guest to talk to. Yeah, let's do that. If your kid's in bed, don't wake him up. We don't want to interview him. We want to interview you, Joel. Or Evan. Evan, get on here, man. Maybe we can fucking drop a little news or something. Yeah. Evan, get on. Evan, or even Eric. Even anybody. This is a takeover, man.
Yeah.
Like fucking Wayne's World. Wayne's World!
Party on.
Party on, man. Okay, question time, Ronnie. Okay, question time for me. Are you going to hop on this or not? Answer pending. Answer pending.
All right, boys, let's go.
Joel.
I got my kid. That is so funny. I guess I didn't leave Tom. Or
so we are Penny Sleeve, and this is our guest, Joel Emerson.
Oh my god, that's so funny. I didn't. I guess I didn't give Thomas the thing to shut it down.
That's all good, man. We're having fun. We're gonna put hours on this thing.
How was the interview?
It was good. It was good. Yeah. We were. You said that was his first one.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah. Well, we were honored, man. Like he's easy to talk to. That's for sure.
Yeah, for sure. Right.
Oh, Ronnie, pizza or tacos is your question.
Pizza, easy.
Pizza, easy.
Yeah.
I had pizza for lunch today, man.
Yeah, it's gotta be pizza.
I have pizza for lunch most days, man.
Ronnie, what's your email, Ronnie?
No, he's at work.
Oh,
he's at work. Yeah,
I couldn't find
it. Or anything else, I would have not defended him. But boys gotta make that money.
Eric,
but we can get Evan on. I'm sure we can get Evan
Eric,
on.
are you working right now? He shouldn't be working right now because he's been texting me for the last 20 minutes. He's the one who told me that the string didn't end properly. Oh my god.
I love it, honestly. I wish that more podcasts would do this. Just like, all right, see you later. And they just leave the man there for 20 minutes.
Hey, we're still here.
Awesome. So you guys got Morton coming up, eh?
No, we just finished Morton.
Where are you playing? Oh, you're playing Handsome Daughter. You're playing Handsome Daughter?
Yeah, we're playing Handsome Daughter on June 7th.
Nice.
But that Morton show at Travelers Inn, Trav's Bar there, it was as you would expect coming from a bar across the street from a giant tiger in a Mennonite town. It was fun, no question about it.
Yeah.
But it reminded me of my early days doing like the CN Rail Hotel Bar route. You know what I mean? Where it's just like you got every transient in the area there, and they're just trying to get that money. They could give a shit that there's a rock show going on.
Oh my god! You know what? Last week I had Brian Cook on, and Brian Cook was talking about from Brian Cook 104 radio, right? I had him on. And he was talking about playing like small shows, like small towns, and they played Kleefeld, and he's like, yeah, there's like these teenagers were like getting us to sign their arms, and one guy's like, I'm gonna tattoo your name on my arm. It's like, no, don't tattoo Brian Cook on your arm, man. So
yeah, you are gonna get asked who the hell Brian Cook is for the rest of your life.
So yeah, it's one of those things that
I love those shows. I love those kind of more like dingy bar, dive bar kind of places.
Yeah. Oh, Plum
Cooley be a wild one. Yeah. Well, and like I celebrated my 18th birthday at the Carmen Motor Inn. Notorious CN Rail Hotel Bar.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Unreal, eh?
Like, and then you end up, you could literally follow that train track to every show across Canada, man.
Yeah.
Like, you end up playing, like Innisfail, you end up playing somewhere, Hofield, Alberta or something, like.
You guys should jump on that that Christmas festival train. I mean,
Yeah.
Right? Yeah. Yeah, they can afford us.
Right on.
That's too damn cold for me.
Oh my god.
Actually, funny story. I played a show acoustically one time for a bunch of people, and it was minus 40 outside. And they had a couple of those lamps with element lamps, and I was. And this is me and the old lead singer of Dead Levy, the original lead singer of Dead Levy, and we were in like 2 pairs of coveralls, like 3 jackets. You get the fingerless gloves going, and it just and because it was so cold, your hands just start warming up as you're playing, and it looks like you're just shredding. You've got steam coming off your fingers.
Unreal.
But with that being said, minus 40 show,
not happening.
Don't recommend them. Don't recommend them. Especially in like southern Saskatchewan. There ain't a tree for miles.
Unreal. What's the biggest?
Just gets windy over there.
So Taylor, like, and we're just continuing this interview. It just happens.
Yeah. No, this is all just shooting the shit now. We're real comfortable.
So Taylor, like, I met you at Tapos the Leadwin night. I was with Evan and like Luke Clement and Eric. I met you there, and they said after, like, yeah, like he's like, you know, he's done some things, right? What's the biggest show you've ever? What's the biggest show you've ever played?
Biggest show I've ever played. Bittersweet, because my biggest show, and I could not say no to the show, and I unfortunately had to say no to my only brother's wedding for this.
No.
Yeah. But I played sold out Mosaic Stadium Labor Day Classic, and so there was about 32,000 people there.
Unreal.
And it was 14 minutes of just really dreamt of this moment since I picked up a guitar at 7 years old. You know what I mean? And like, I remember, and the footage is all on YouTube and everything like that. So like, luckily we got all of that, and we were able to post it for us to watch for the next, 3 generations. But there's a part of the video where I look up and I see across the stadium on the big screen, the little screen of the big screens. And it's just like, all right, remember, take your 5-10 seconds here to really look around. And it was just like unbelievable. And I played football with we both played football in high school, and we did quite well. We played for Team Manitoba, and we did we were quite athletic in our day, and and so it was really weird being
that would have been wild. Yeah.
Being on this stage and having people I played football with on that stage. You know what I mean? It was so, and me being from Winnipeg, the only one from Manitoba, it was like I had to just hide every piece of riders' gear that they gave me for free. You know what I mean? Hey, you were supposed to wear that on stage. That was part of the deal. I'm like, I can't.
Not a chance.
I know people here.
That's such a cool moment though, right? And yeah, to get to play something like that, that's nuts. And Mosaic is so nice. I went to the the inaugural first game at Mosaic. That's the new one. Yeah. Bombers, whatever it was 7 years ago or whatever. I remember going there, and our stadium's awesome. And then walking up to that one, I'm like, what the fuck happened here? Like, it's just a beast of a place, right? So that is super cool to be able to play that. Wow.
Well, and you know why they did that is because they had all this extra money from not having an NHL team.
Yeah. Exactly, right?
So why don't you guys go make another lacrosse team?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Get yourself another WHL team.
Yeah, exactly. Why don't we add Estevan to the WHL? Eh?
Yeah. You know what? Speaking of Estevan, and this is just completely off the rails now. I saw Offspring in Sum 41 in the arena.
Like, that's sick.
I when I first moved from Winnipeg when I graduated, or Carmen rather, where we're from. And when I graduated, I moved to Weyburn and spent like 3-4 years there.
Yeah.
Before I moved to Regina. And so yeah, Weyburn and Estevan were like stomping grounds.
Yeah.
And I always was so surprised when it's like bands like that would show up, or like Motley Crue showed up there one year.
Yeah. What the hell, eh?
And some drunk dude came up, pushed McMars over.
Oh no!
And so Nikki Sixx with his monstrosity of boots goes up and just gives him one in the kisser. Unbelievable.
Unreal.
But they're like, yeah, we're never coming back to Estevan again. It's like, well, no shit. It's like Estevan's only a good city to go to if the oil's booming, in my opinion. Other than that, it's that's what the grounds have there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's all about oil out there. It's all about oil out there. And,
it's just the craziest thing going there.
When oil was up here, man, was that place fun to be in. Now, I'd rather be on the outskirts of Winnipeg.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it's just crazy when you hear of bands doing these like these shows in these remote places. I'm not saying it's remote, but it's fucking like Estevan, right? Like Osprey and Sub 41, and we go into the arena and it's like, what the hell? Like it was packed in there, but it's like if that same crowd was in whatever Canada Life Center, it'd be a whole different story, right? But a good time though. It felt like a big show felt like we were in a big place, but yeah, it was Estevan Arena. Home of the
they're just like the Bruins grind every show out possible so we can finish our deal with this record label. Let's pay them off and get off.
Yeah, Osprey are usually good for that. They're usually
that would have been sick though.
They stop through here every time.
Yeah.
They come through.
Yeah, I forget the other band. There was another band in there too, but yeah, it was just incredible. Yeah, man. Yeah. Cool, guys. All right, well, this has been fun.
yeah. A little unorthodox, but I love it. Yeah, thanks for joining us, and we'll be on with our next guest in a minute here.
What an inaugural intro to Thomas Henry.
Yeah,
leaves the band doing that, boy. Yeah, you're lucky, Thomas. You're lucky you didn't get this show canceled.
No, we will though. We will. Give us 3 more seconds.
We're this close. We just came on.
Right on. So next gig's Handsome Daughter, and God forbid it be on June 7th. There's so much going on June 7th. It's crazy.
I know.
You ever notice that?
I don't want to talk about the other things going on June 7th.
No, we're not going to talk about everything going on.
Let's just say, Ronnie, I wish I was able to make your show, pal.
Yeah, I know. All right. Like, oh my God. There's a lot. Do you have anything else lined up after that, though?
Let me check the old.
It's like Battle.
The Battle of the Bands in at Dauphin Country Fest there.
Right. You're doing that. That's awesome.
And then I don't know if they've announced it yet, but who gives a damn? On July 11th, the Friday.
No, you don't want to do
anything. July 11th, the Friday of July 11th.
Yeah,
we're playing something.
We're playing somewhere. I'm sure. We're playing at our hometown fair, Carmen Fair. So
no shit, cool.
Yeah,
cool.
Yeah, so that'll be really cool. It's a real full circle moment.
They draw a lot of people there. It's pretty good. It's a fun one. It's a fun one to do.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. Manifest
wicked shows for everyone. Amen, brother. Amen, Ronnie. I hope that you guys sell out. I hope that we sell out, pal.
You ever notice that like every so often there's a certain day and it's like every venue has something awesome going on. And it's like you need that universal ticket where you can just like bounce around, especially Osborne, where you can just drive up and down, right? And like run in there.
Yeah, I was gonna say this. The city should jump on something like that and be like, "Hey, this weekend only, you get for $50, $60 a bracelet. Gets you into all these live shows."
Yeah, like for my band, our EP release was February, and we played Tap House, and there was an EP release at Side Stage the same night. And we're kind of buddies with the bands, and we're like, too bad we can't make this like you pay one price and you can go to this show and you can bounce to the other one if you want to go check out a band and come back. And it would have been a cool idea, but eventually something like that's going to happen. It has to happen.
Well,
There's
that's
too
the
many
thing
good
is
bands
like
in Winnipeg.
there's so many there, and there are a lot of really good bands in Winnipeg, man. Like
and good venues,
and
like,
good venues,
yeah.
strong venues.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Have you played?
like
You
I
haven't
was
played Side Stage, eh? Side Stage
not
yet?
yet. No. But I've been to
Fuck.
many shows there. My one really good buddy who does like country rock music, Braden King, just played there a handful of weeks ago, and
Nice.
it was great. And who else? We saw Northern Royals there.
Oh yeah.
A few weeks
So
ago
good.
as well. And as always, mwah, they were brilliant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was it the show
they-
that was it the show that Evan walked out in that big fur coat?
Oh
You know that
yeah.
one?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I was like,
Perfect.
it's way too fucking hot in here for that shit, man. What are you doing, man?
That was a
Move
good
to the
show
shade,
with
bro.
yeah. Kingsway. Kingsway's so good.
Oh yeah,
Oh, my
yeah.
God.
We were talking about that, I think, with Thomas a little bit.
Yeah.
Like Kingsway, I've always like dug their stuff, and we were talking about young bands that are up and coming, and like Sunbreather, and like Eric himself is a younger fella who's doing exactly what he needs to be doing to become a bit of more of a predominant musician, and he's damn good at what he does. He's damn good at what, and
Yeah.
I love seeing the energy coming from people like that age of like Kingsway and like 22, 23, kind of in that are just hungry for it. I love that so much. Yeah. Eric's definitely one of those guys, and I've jammed with Trent out of Kingsway the other day, and it was like, man, you're so young and you got all of this heart, and it's like I love that so much. You know what I mean? Like I'm able to see a younger me almost in them in a way, because they're
That's
like, this
awesome.
is more than, this is about music. At the end of the day, it's about the love of the music, but they're all they all know that it's a bigger picture than just that.
Yeah, absolutely.
The virtual, yeah. Let's look at this here.
Yeah.
Shout out.
You guys, just
I was a
just
wreck
to
after
promote,
the set.
to promote the podcast a little bit here. You guys know about Summerfest, July 12th?
Summerfest? Oh,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah.
You guys have like a long list.
Dude. Like Ronnie is kicking it off. Who the fuck am I to put Ronnie Ladderbrook first on a
Who the hell is he to accept it? That guy's so nice. What the hell? He's like, yeah, I'll start at $2,500 a set.
Ronnie jumped on. He's first. Like, oh my god. Like, I figured, you know what? Every band on there, like Ronnie's on there, Pure Entry's on there, Ledwin's on there, Royals, Exomerita, Ash and the Arsonist, 5 More Miles, who are an awesome country rock band. They're so good.
Yeah.
And I'm missing Sunbreather, Pure Entry. Yeah, like 9 bands, but it's just solid. Oh, I'm missing my band.
You know what? I don't think we have anything going on really too much that weekend. Actually, well, we have the 11th, I think. But other than that, if somebody has to back out, well,
yeah, exactly, right? Nothing wrong with going first. I'm starting over again with a new project. Well, Ronnie, because you're going first, I'm going to make it up to you, and I'm going to text you later of how I'm going to do it. But I have something I need your help with, and I think you're going to quite enjoy it. So
between 10 p.m. and 1 a.m., I need you to come. I'll make it up to you.
After hours show.
No, Ronnie, I totally get it, man. I totally get it. Starting a new project, and like, you take what you can get, and you build that reputation, the ground up, the old-fashioned way. And Ronnie, of anybody, knows that the old-fashioned way is the only way. That guy is he would have been, he could still be, but he would have been a bajillionaire in the 70s and 80s, man. Like that guy has chops this fucking like that.
Ronnie got props a few weeks ago on a show. I had like world famous author, of course my green screen fucks with me here. World famous author John Enerson on the show talking about music and how he grew up in the 60s, 70s, and how he opened for Led Zeppelin, right? This guy opened for Zeppelin, and he said Ronnie is like one of the best guitarists the city's had. And like, oh my God. And Ronnie was watching. Thank God you were watching, Ronnie, because that was a big moment there. And it was so cool to hear. And Ronnie, I probably shouldn't say, but Ronnie sent me a clip of a song. He may have sent it to other people, but the beginning of this song that he sent, there's no reason anyone should ever start a song the way he did. It gave me like Eruption vibes, and I'm like,
nice.
dude, like you can't start a song like that. It's not legal. You can't do it, man. But I'm looking forward to everything Ronnie is coming out with. I think, as good as Ronnie is, I think we're gonna see another level of Ronnie, and oh my God, I'm so excited for it.
Daddy Ronnie, old Daddy Ronnie.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Man, that guy, the first time I ever saw him play, it was like, what? My dad is half the size of you, and he complains that his fingers are too big for the guitar, and you're making it. You are proving him wrong, my guy. You are. He's so unbelievable, man. And like I've stumbled across some of his like older videos of him, like when he was a real young pup, and when he was playing and stuff like that. And yes. No, man. The guy's a beauty. The guy is unbeatable. He's one of the greatest guitar players I've heard across the country, never mind in Winnipeg. So
unreal. That's a big compliment, Ronnie.
Put that on your resume, buddy.
Exactly. You know what my intro to Ronnie was? And this has come up a few times when I had Riley Saunders on here as well, talking with him about things. And Ronnie knows this as well.
Riley.
My intro to Ronnie was Live at the Roslyn. And
sick.
Fuck,
I
just
missed that train. I just missed that train.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Like he was like playing some solo, and he like threw like the Crazy Train riff in the middle of it, and I was like, what is this? This is amazing. And then started following him. Then a buddy of mine, his band played with Wreckin' So, like they opened up for Wreckin' So or something when Ronnie was with them. And he told me about this guy, how good this guitarist was. He's like, man, he just shreds. And he told me who he was. I'm like, oh, I just saw this guy on Live at the Roslyn. I'm like, he's crazy. Yeah, I know, Ronnie. I actually didn't watch that, but I heard.
I've seen the highlights.
I should do it. Yeah,
I've seen the highlights.
That's cool. That's cool what Jason's doing too. I like that. It's very, very cool setup. Yeah.
Yeah, that real like one-on-one sit down.
Yeah.
Just chatting. Mm-hmm. I love that stuff so much, man. That's why we're still here. That's why we're still here.
I love the idea of it. I like how I've been doing this. And this has been since September. I don't know if you guys know the history of it, but it started in September, right? And I was working for a different group called the Boneyard out of Ontario, and I just kept getting Winnipeg bands, and I think I eventually annoyed the shit out of them. That they're like, "What band do you want?" I'm like, "Oh, this band. They're from Winnipeg." And they're like, then they threw me a Florida band. I'm like, "What the hell? What the hell are you doing? This is a Winnipeg show." So then I just kind of went out on my own and did this Winnipeg thing. But there's some really good things that are going to be happening soon. Everyone kind of knows about this radio thing. I don't know if anyone knows the actual idea. I just kind of teased the radio, but I'm going to be doing a radio thing in the fall, which is focusing on Winnipeg music. Special guests coming in to do this program, and it's going to be really good. And I think 2 people know about the long-term plan, including Eric. I'm surprised Eric never messaged me back. I said, "You want to jump on for a bit, Eric?" But yeah, he never messaged me, so. Oh no!
Well,
he just
that's right around some big bigger news. I would say bigger news. So if you guys need somebody to interview again, let us know, because
absolutely.
Like I said, fall is that we got some cool stuff going on there.
You know what the great thing I found about this is Eric had to make a Costco run. Cool. Right on.
See, now that's one thing I didn't understand, man. Who does he take his mom's Costco card? Because who has a Costco card at that age, man?
That's wild, man.
I did 100%.
You did
100%.
No,
man, that gas, man, so cheap.
Yeah,
the gas. Fair enough. The gas.
I mean, I got one, but I'm almost twice as old as Eric is, so I need one, right? I got kids. I got a kid. I was gonna say, you know what the cool thing about this show is, though, is because it's only in I only really focus on Winnipeg, and Thomas has come in to grab some Saskatchewan bands and focus on outside of Winnipeg, right? And the cool thing about it is, by the time I get through all the bands, the Winnipeg bands, someone else is already doing something, and they're ready to come back on. Like Eric, I joke with Eric all the time about the Saturday Night Live 5-time jacket that he needs one, because he's been on here 5 times now, right? Whether it's with Ledwin or Pure Entry or whatever, he's just been on here 5 times. Matt Dara for Mash and the Arsonist, he did his 5th appearance the other night, and because he has collab season, he's got so much going on, right? A couple of the girls that are coming on the women's night, this is probably gonna be the 3rd or 4th time for a couple of them, and that's the cool thing, is there's always something going on. So if I talk to you today, I may talk to you guys in 3 months from now, and you give us a whole new story, right? So
and
that's the good thing.
We will.
Oh yeah.
I certainly will. So what was it like playing at Lollapalooza?
Yeah, for sure, man.
3 months.
3 months, yeah.
Yeah.
What did Ronnie say?
Tom, who is one producer you dream of working with?
We talked about Mutt Lang a lot the past few weeks, but that's
mine's Rob Cavallo, just because he did Green Day.
Honestly,
is that Mutt Lang pre or post Shania Twain?
Yeah. Post, of course.
Yeah.
No, one producer that I was beyond blessed to have the opportunity to work with was Garth Richardson.
Yeah, that's wicked. Yeah.
And he's the son of Jack Richardson, who has his own Juno Award. And Garth literally produced the first Rage Against the Machine record, Killing in the Name of. He had all of this massive brain on this guy. It was unbelievable. And to work with somebody like that, who even as an executive producer, we'd only see him maybe 3 hours out of the day session. Every time he came in, he would drop magic on us. And that's why the last record ish, if you will, that Dead Levy did, it kind of brought things up another notch, because we had somebody who was able to see our vision of the song almost better than we were able to see it, if not better than we were able to see it, right? And so, but I mean, it cost the prettiest penny you've ever seen.
I bet.
But
right?
the experience in itself, working with somebody like that, who's done bands he did Mother's Milk, for crying out loud.
Unreal.
He worked with Mudvayne and all these gnarly bands. Yeah. Alice Cooper, Motley Crue, Nickelback. The list goes on for ever. And it was just one of those things where it's just unbelievable. This guy had the wildest setup. We go. Yeah. I would go on my morning run, and there was a break in the trees, and this beautiful, massive house. And I come back from my run, and I ask him, I'm like, "Hey, well, 3/4 of a mile up, there's this break in the trees, and I see this house." He's like, "Yeah, that's where Joni Mitchell lives." I'm like,
"No way!
What did you just say?" So I went and did my prayers up there every day. Like, I'm sending all the energy to Joni. Please send it back.
Cool, eh? Yeah, I should really get going here. But I'm going to tell you another story. Just Joni Mitchell, right? There's a certain aura about being around someone's house like that, and I usually go to LA. I go to LA every year. Yeah, I go to LA every year. And anyway,
wow, you bougie man.
The first year going down there, go to Laurel Canyon, right? And just a little bit up in the canyon, there's Joni Mitchell's house she lived in with Graham Nash, right? Where Graham Nash wrote Our House, right? And it's that fucking house. And when you drive by, you don't really see the house. It's kind of covered in trees and whatnot, but there's just a certain aura about being right there. And it's like there's so much history right here. And then you go down to the store in Laurel Canyon, and right behind it is Jim Morrison's house where he lived, right? And it's like there's just this thing about you just think back and like what was going on in their lives when they were living in this place. And yeah, hearing that, you kind of gravitate to it, I guess, sometimes.
No, you're totally right. Like when you are around anything of significance, and even if you don't know it's significant, you can just feel that magnet feeling to it.
Yeah,
right?
man.
Like, and I mean, it's the same thing in my opinion that gives you goosebumps when you listen to music, right? It's that thing that's just like you can't necessarily put a finger on it, but it is captivating.
Yeah,
man. LA would be cool as fuck. LA would be cool as fuck.
You never been? Sure that you've been down to LA.
Man, you want to hear fun fact here? This is gonna be on my my Trivial Pursuit Taylor Morgan edition one day. I am what, 28 years old, 29 years old, and I don't remember at this point. And I have never been to the States. I have never been.
Wow.
I've been to Cuba. I've been to Dominican. I've been all across Canada, every which way. But I have never been in America.
I lived there.
Yeah, yeah, you don't say.
Yeah,
Tampa hat.
Unreal.
Yeah.
Well.
Yeah, man. Weird. Like and the craziest part is like my great grandparents lived in Gretna, so it's like
you're right there. Yeah.
Oh my god. Yeah, right there.
I can see the border. As kids, me and my brother used to like try and sneak across, and every single time that we get like halfway across this little bush, you just hear the helicopters going over, and we just run back to Grandma and Grandpa's house as fast as we could.
Unreal. And that's
anyways.
That folks is that folks
is a long episode.
Taylor Morgan has never been to America.
You know what? Living in Canada.
I've been here forever. I didn't know that either. Like,
never been in America. I've flown over it. I've seen what the ground looks like from eagle eye view.
Lucky you, yeah.
Can you guys be friends still over this? Like,
yeah, we can. I think.
Yeah,
I'd like to think so. Every time I'm playing, he's just behind me, with just glaring.
It's just wild.
Yeah.
Never been to America. Never been to America.
Wild.
And I
never write a song about it.
That's where it's at. Give me my Alberta beef. Give me my Crown Royal.
Exactly.
And that's all I need. That's all I need.
Awesome. Well, good having you guys on. I'm gonna get upstairs and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing. But anyway, you guys have
thanks for having us, guys.
Thanks for coming on, guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Absolutely.
Right on.
Till next